Hello everyone, this is a video showing you a bit of the insight on building my wooden models based on video game polygons 3D models. But basically I only done on my second project at the moment. It took me 2 years to build this red lion from Zelda Wind Waker, and it's a fairly time consuming process, but I finding after the first model I got a bit of a, how can you say, a better understanding of how to build it in a faster, more efficient way as well, which is basically this video is about showing you the tools, and later on I'll try to show as much details on how I accomplish some of the building methods that I've done. But basically the red line, I've done the model, it took me 2 years to do because it's a process that I had other stuff in my life doing it, so it wasn't just focused on doing it. So on my spare time I would do it. And basically I've done with some models, some pictures of the papercraft models that I find on the internet, and later on I actually got the papercraft build, but not the whole thing, just the main body, just to see the proportions. But I did change them because I didn't like the proportions of the exact proportions of the papercraft. I didn't find them actually well balanced overall, so the head got a bit different from proportions. It's quite accurate in a way, but different in a way. But I want to show you guys some of the tools and later on the process, as I say, about how I build and how I get to this point. But just showing you as well my new project, which is the SS LINEBACK from Phantom Hourglass, which I've been working already for about 2 months, but not something that's daily doing it, just once or twice a week I stop to do some work on it, because I also, as with like the red lion back, the red lion, sorry, I've do come across like some of the 3D models or some of the pictures I've took that I found on the internet. They're not exactly the way I wanted the boat to look, so I did some modifications on the dimensions of the boat. So still on work in progress. I would say about maybe another month to get to the exact to the complete project, but not painting. Painting, I'm still struggling a bit to find some methods of getting the effects that I want to look similar to the graphics of the video games from Zelda. I'm still figuring out and talking to people and getting some of the insights and methods of painting, because to be fair I don't have any big knowledge on it. Just for me at the moment it's just building. That's my passion. So I'll show you guys some of the tools I use. First of all, those are the balsa woods I use. I use sheets of 2.5 millimeters, and you can see there's a little piece in there from a 5 millimeter, but I ran out of them because those are the pieces I use to do the basic structure before the skeleton, so to speak, of the bolts, and then I start doing the little pieces to form the polygons of the whole body, the outer shell, which I use the 2.5, and the 1 millimeter, which is the bottom one, I use to build like tough the main section of the structure to give more roughness. Not roughness, but mainly to give a strong build instead of having the 0.5 millimeters, which is fairly good, but not the 5 millimeters. Sorry, not the best one to use for everything. So here are some of the files that I use. I use some diamond files because they have, sometimes with the glue it's difficult, with the normal files it's difficult to actually take the glue off if you're trying to file an edge that wasn't accurately glued together, which I mainly happens sometimes. So I use the diamond needle files, and the rest is just simple files that I use it. And well, the wire brush is pretty much to clean them, because sometimes you get stuck, the wood just piles up on them, clogs them, and then they don't become very efficient in fining. And those are some of the sandpaper blocks that some of them I built, and others I bought them, because to be fair, at the beginning I bought them, but later on I found out they're not exactly as good as doing them yourself. So I still have others, but I kind of don't use them on the project at the moment. I'm not using. So those are the ones that I use and I prefer it. And on the back there is the hacksaw. I have two types. One is for cutting thicker pieces actually, because it's much faster, and the other one's for accurate cuts, which is a smaller blade and doesn't have the tooth of the blade actually bending to the side, so it gives a more accurate cut. So I prefer not to use the other one, because if I cut with the thicker one, I end up getting to sand it the edges, so I prefer not to do it if I want a more accurate cut. And basically that's it. I don't use much material, and I'm trying to actually get get more precise tools at the moment, because I've encountered sometimes myself struggling with just using blocks of wood to sand it, because sometimes the balsa wood, it comes in variety. I don't know if you guys work, but the people that work with balsa wood knows that sometimes you get the rough edges of balsa, and then sometimes you get like a more soft ones. So it's difficult sometimes to get a very accurate sanding to get the angles to fit each other. So I sometimes end with parts like you can see in the edge. You might be able to see the glue that's on the edge, because I literally, once I glued in place, and I did not notice that there was one part that wasn't actually at the right angle, but that was just the first building. That was just basically at the beginning. Then later on, start being much more careful, because this new project I started almost 3 years after I done the red line. So that's it. I'll try to keep you guys updated on the building, the process of actually getting those pieces together as soon as I can. Well, take care.